We're all dressed up, ready for what? Bed. Put my rollers in.
Oh, we look so pretty.
You've got your rollers in.
We do. All dressed up, nowhere to go.
What is this all about? I do know that there's lots of people in lockdown at the moment on doing their work from home, and this is what they do. They're slobbing about. They're doing their work, but are they actually in the right frame of mind for it, do you think?
I personally don't. I actually think this is probably quite glamorous for a lot of people at the moment with rollers. Yeah. So this is making an effort.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's all about just setting standards for yourself each day and getting up and showering and getting dressed, because I think it affects your mindset if you don't. And I think particularly at the moment, something that I'm trying to promote is, you know, if you are a mum or you've got other people around you, then it's setting that sort of image for your kids. And, you know, do you want them to think that, okay, it's okay to slob around and do nothing and not bother? So for me, it kind of has a lot of connotations at the moment, but it is mindset.
It is mindset. I've worked at home for many years, and not many people would know that I was working from home, because I'd get up in the morning, I'd get ready for work, and I'd wear what I would at work. I mean, yes, I have worked in offices recently as well, so I've done part-time home, part-time work, but I've got up the same time and got ready for work. And that's what I do. I actually think my rollers are quite fetching today, because in lockdown my hair's gone very flat, needs a cut. And so I think maybe I might do this, Jana. We're introducing Natasha Edge this morning, aren't we, to our lockdown chat, because she's an image consultant, and we thought that would give a nice fresh approach to our chats, didn't we? You know her well.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've known Natasha for 2-3 years now. We worked together. Yeah, we've worked together. We became friends. She's wonderful. We do have our wonderful shopping sprees, which are great.
Oh, that must be good.
Oh my God, it's such fun. It has to be done. So totally recommend
Take
that.
an image consultant to a shop. I mean, that is a whole new topic. We've got to do that as well.
I know, and you come back with so many beautiful pieces, you know, you didn't think you would be able to wear, and they're just gorgeous, and and it's such fun too. So,
Natasha, did you sort of go through Jana's wardrobe and say, oh no, you don't want that, and you don't want that, and you ended up with a pile of stuff, and then take her to the shops? Is that what you did? Because I know image consultants do that.
Yeah, it is something that I do. I have to say with Jana, we didn't do that. We looked at colour though, first of all, and we looked at obviously body shape. And then we had a bit of an idea as to what Jana wanted when we went shopping. So for her, it was kind of some professional pieces for meetings and networking. So yeah, I always take a bit of have a chat with clients before we go shopping, so that I'm clear in my mind what they're looking for, what they need, and I understand their colours and body shape. So yeah, we picked about 4 or 5 pieces, I think. I think we
lots of dresses. Yeah,
so lots of nice pieces. That's it.
No, we're all in our fetching bathrobes today. Well, actually, mine is pretty fetching. Some people don't realise it is actually a robe. Oh, yes, we've chosen not even similar colours, haven't we?
yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I won't strip off. But the fact is that it is sensible to actually get ready for work, have a desk ready. It doesn't have to be an office desk, does it? Yeah, no. How do you operate at home,
Natasha?
I basically, for me, every day, I mean, I always get up. I'm someone that, to be honest, enjoys the process of getting dressed, doing my hair, putting makeup on. So whether I'm going to Waitrose or doing the cleaning or seeing clients, there's not a massive change for me. And I just think it's really important. For me, it makes me feel better. I don't do it for anyone else. I know that I feel better when I'm in nice clothes. Certainly colour for me is really important. I know that if I lived in grey and black and white, then that my mind would be pretty, that would be pretty depressing. So for me, if I wear red or royal blues and they happen to be nice items and I've got some makeup on, then I just feel so much happier. And it really does, improve my mindset and makes me able to be more productive in my day. And that's what I promote really to a lot of people at the moment, is wear colour, especially the sun's shining. So why wouldn't you want to wear colour and be bold?
Well, colour does bring a lot of joy to us, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
do you do skin matching to colour, or is it just what you feel like?
I mean, to be honest, there is a process that I follow. So yes, it is sort of hair and eye colour and then skin tone. So it's a kind of two-way process. But ultimately, if someone loves a colour, then I'm not going to tell them not to wear it. So mine is a kind of advisory service, and I do believe it works. However, if I have someone that says, you know, I love yellow, and I'm saying it's not their best colour, then I would advise them on the right yellow. But if they love it, you should wear it. And that's what it's all about. It's about bringing you joy and being happy in your clothes, and getting excited about getting dressed in the morning. So, you know, if you love a colour, wear it. It's not for me to say not to.
Do you remember how we went shopping in Bracknell, and we went by a lipstick counter, and we thought, oh no, not more spending money. And I picked up the color I really loved, and I'm a coach, and the name of the lipstick was Coachella. That was hysterical.
I remember that. I do remember.
So funny.
And was it a good colour for you?
It was actually, I think.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Really lovely. So yeah, need to get more of it.
The pink that you've got on, Jana, is very nice. It does suit you. I mean,
you
clearly,
mean this? My bathrobe.
Your bathrobe suits you, but you wouldn't know. So what sort of clothes have you picked out for business then, Jana? Do you wear suits? Are you into power dressing?
I love wearing suits. I like, you know, looking bold and professional, but fun. I don't like anything too, you know, too cold. I like good ideas. You know, every suit needs to have a really fun, interesting idea. And I'm not saying it has to be funky, but it needs to be not boring. And I've also realized I'm moving away from black and gray and everything else into lots of colors, because your mood, it improves your mood. It gives you self-confidence. And I have lots of clients, and just lately I told a client she's absolutely prohibited to wear black, because you can see with her black and her mood how it just changes everything. So now she started wearing bright colors, and it's a different story. It's like being schizophrenic, you know. It's really, it changes you humongously. So if you're you know, on the side of anxiety or depression or anything, please start wearing colors. It'll help you.
Yes, I mean, just seeing flowers at the moment, going outside, seeing flowers, it cheers you up, doesn't it? Colour.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a really negative thing, and Jana's exactly right. It's if you wear nothing but black and very dark and boring colours, it's exactly the same as women who cover themselves up, you know, in oversized clothes because they're embarrassed about their body or they have anxiety about their shape. It's exactly the same. So, you know, it's a sign of depression and unhappiness and insecurity, really. So to wear colour, you do need to be maybe quite bold and feeling good about yourself and confident. But actually, by wearing the colour, it does actually improve, you know, your happiness and how you feel about yourself. So people should do it. Give it a try.
And I just remembered I do have a need to tell the story about people on Zoom. And, you know, I just heard a story. Please always wear the bottom part of your clothing, because you may be asked at the Zoom meeting to get up and go, and it's not pretty when you're not having one. I thought it was amusing.
Yes, I think there was a bit of chat on TV about what somebody was wearing waist down, and there were men in sort of nice shirts with tie, and they had shorts on underneath. You know, it was funny.
And imagine you have to get up because you need to get some document, you know, or someone rings the bell, and everyone sees that you're bottomless. I mean, interesting. So always make an effort.
There was actually a video last week of a man who didn't have anything on Facebook. Literally didn't have anything on, and he got up to adjust the camera, and you can imagine what was.
Oh my God!
No. Fortunately, we're beautifully dressed, even with the rollers and everything. And we got a sunshine personality, and we got nice weather coming up. I think this is a beginning of a really good series of chats, don't you, Jana?
Absolutely. I think we should do this more often, because you know, I think women will love this. I think actually we're going to go viral.
All right, let's go viral. I think on this note, we'll end for now. And we'll say goodbye to our lovely look today, but it did have a meaning.
And lovely Natasha.
And lovely Natasha, welcoming her to our chats. That's great. Thank you so much, Natasha.
Thank you.
It's nice, isn't it? Nice to have a chat.
You strip off now.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, thank God for that.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Well, today we're a little group. We've got Natasha there. She's an image consultant. We've got Jana who helps people in all kinds of ways, and we've got me. I'm used to interviewing people, but obviously I give coaching as well, PR coaching and that sort of thing. But we're all in the same sort of realm, really, where we're dealing with people who sometimes come across they've got low self-esteem. And they got, in my case, I know they got fabulous stories, but they don't realize they're fabulous. And Natasha, as an image consultant, you must come across a lot of people like that.
I do. I would say, to be honest, most people that I see client-wise, it's all about confidence. It's not about fashion or anything like that, as people might think that my job is, kind of a bit superficial almost. But actually, I help women build their confidence. And as we know, with women, we're incredibly critical on ourselves, whether it's about, our body, our hair, our makeup, our skin, whatever it is. And there are so many things that impact that as women, whether it's having a baby, post-baby, menopause, different things that happen in our life, illness. There's so much that affects our confidence and the way we feel about ourselves. So yeah, massive amount of what I do is helping women find that confidence and style confidence particularly.
So Jana, low self-esteem and a lack of confidence, that's something that you come across all the time, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And, I specialize in helping people succeed, generally in health and with finance and businesses. And self-confidence is actually the absolute basis of any success. If you don't have self-confidence, you're not going to go and sell your products to anyone because you're too scared. You're not going to go and, have a radio interview with you because you're scared of public speaking. You just don't take all the opportunities coming your way because you're not confident, because you're fearful about being embarrassed, being ridiculed, not succeeding, or failing. And it's really very sad to see talented people or kind and talented, even better, who just are too scared and too afraid to go and get things that they deserve, and all self-confidence.
Natasha, you touched on, people who have maybe had a baby, they've left the corporate world, they had a baby, maybe they would really like to do something else or widen their horizons, but they're afraid to leave the home because they put on the pounds, they don't like what they see in the mirror. That's a worry, isn't it?
It is a worry. I mean, my job, I'm never going to tell anyone that they need to change. So my job is about building back up the confidence, like we said. So, if I have a lady that comes to me and she feels she's gained weight or, dislikes her body shape, which is very common, it's about me teaching them how to dress. I'm never going to say you need to go on a diet, you need to do this. It's obviously I need to boost their confidence, not tell them they're negative. So for me, it's about teaching them how to dress and how to almost accept your body shape, which is a very hard thing to do if you have gained weight or you're unhappy with something. But it is about building those tiny steps to getting the style confidence back and making them just feel that little bit better about themselves. And it can be quite simple to do, to be honest. It's just having the opportunity to sit in front of someone, and it's a little bit like a counselling role, really. And whether it's colour or the style of clothing or something like that, it can actually lead to massive results that people wouldn't necessarily expect to achieve as a stylist. For example, getting married, getting a boyfriend, people have got jobs. I know people that have gone on dates with their husbands for the first time in years because suddenly their husband noticed them because of the outfit they're wearing or a colour, but it's because they're exuding that confidence from within. So it's a lot of what I see, to be honest.
Same with you, Jana. You're inspiring people, aren't you?
I'm trying to. I'm doing the best I can, and very often it works, which I'm very grateful for. Yeah, and you have to. I can do it only by saying you're wonderful, because I would never change them. So a slightly different approach. I show them where the problem is, and then, you know, and I say, but you can get over it, and if it has anything to do with me, we will get over it. And you know, and build their self-confidence through actually getting rid of what they don't need anymore. And when they see the instant results, they're stunned. And I literally see people changing in front of my eyes in, you know, within minutes. They couldn't get something done in 30 years, and within 25 minutes they are a different human being. And it's so satisfying to see, you know, they smile, and they're, you know, they change colors of clothes, and all of a sudden they're their jewelry, and all of a sudden they do their hair differently, and it's just so nice.
And I think, sorry, I was going to say the corporate world, you know, people have to conform to whatever the office says they've got to wear, but it doesn't always suit them, does it, Natasha?
No, there are so many different dress codes nowadays as well. When I meet with corporate clients, either to talk about personal branding or, you know, dress or whatever, like you say, there are so many different types of style of dress now. And, you know, one person will look fantastic in jeans and a white shirt, and another person will look a complete mess. So it's very hard when companies actually set those dress codes to expect all their employees to look and feel the same way. So a part of what I do with corporate companies is going in and actually teaching them about colour, about shape. And if there's a uniform, for example, you know, what colours look good on everyone, which is something that, you know, not many people know. So it's helping them understand and actually consider their staff's feelings as well.
That's interesting because, you know, I was business editor in the Maidenhead area where Theresa May was MP, or still is MP actually. And prior to becoming MP, Prime Minister, she actually looked lovely at meetings. And as soon as she became Prime Minister, I'm pretty certain she must have seen some sort of image consultant. Forgive me for saying this, but it didn't actually work with her. Suddenly she had a completely different hairstyle, different look, different sort of clothes, and she looked older, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And I think part of what an image consultant's job is to find that person's actual style and how they feel happy. I've had clients come to me that said, you know, they've seen image consultants or they've seen people who've done their colours, and to be honest, they're still not happy. And I think, you know, I say a big part of what I do is not about changing someone. I work with what the client sat in front of me needs or wants. You have to understand their lifestyle. You have to understand you know, what their style personality is. You cannot make someone become something else, because that's not them, and they're not going to feel confident if you don't feel like yourself. So she should have, like you said, kept in her colours and what made her feel comfortable, because actually she probably might have come across a little bit better and maybe a bit softer, because these harsh corporate colours are so harsh. They're like power colours, power dressing, and often people just want the real person and to soften them a bit.
It must have been very difficult for her, because you know, I've been to meetings where she's addressed them really confidently, off the cuff, you know, wonderfully, and she wasn't quite like that when she was Prime Minister. Because she had to conform, had to have the book of words. I know when I was a press officer at the BBC, I would be given the book of words, the things I had to say, and I found that extremely difficult. Jana, it is difficult, isn't it, in life sometimes?
Yes, you cannot function like that. When you stop being you, when you stop being authentic, when you just reproduce what someone else written or said, you're not going to be believable. Everyone will feel it, consciously or subconsciously, and you're done. It's game over. You need to be you. I'm not saying don't go and try different sort of dress or different sort of color just because you may be shocked and surprised that, you know, it actually may work. But, you know, feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable, if you pretend, people will recognize it. People have, you know, spot on intuition and say, oh God, you're full of so and so, not gonna listen to you, so don't do it.
No, it's true.
So we're approaching our time limit here. So what's the key message from Natasha, and what's the key message from Jana?
Natasha?
Maybe.
Key message. For me, I just think, you know, without selling myself, I think it is good to invest in yourself at the moment. And I think we're in a perfect time to be able to do that. I think this sort of isolation has given a lot of women particularly time to look at the way they feel about their wardrobe, their clothes, their body shape, whatever it is. And I do think that, you know, if you want to make those changes, there are simple ways that you can start doing that. And maybe, you know, getting a colour analysis or an image consultation is one of them, because it's about self-care and taking time where normally we'd all be rushing around and not having that time. So really just look after yourself, and if there's something you feel you need help with, don't be afraid to ask.
Absolutely. If I should say something, self-love and self-confidence go hand in hand and are absolutely vital bases and pillars to success of any kind. So love yourself enough to take care of yourself, love yourself enough to dress properly, love yourself enough to feel and look great, and that's the beginning of everything.
And I like the sound of dressing up so that your husband partner notices you. That sounds
absolutely. And
I can't help but feel envious of your hair. I don't know how on earth you've managed to keep that beautiful style, Natasha, but unlike mine that's gone flat.
Well, mine just gets bigger. Yeah, mine gets huge, so I'm all right for hair. I'm certainly don't have a shortage of hair.
We're all beautiful. We are all beautiful.
We are all beautiful, and I think that's a good way to end. We are all beautiful. We are all actually worth you know, loving ourselves.